Angelo Forneste. Climate change is a reality we're all facing. It's driven by greenhouse gas emissions from human activities, causing rising temperatures, more extreme weather, and threats to our ecosystem. But we have the power to act. Start by using energy wisely. Switch to energy-efficient LEDs, unplug devices when not in use, and support renewable energy sources like solar and wind. Transportation plays a big role as well. Opt for sustainable options like cycling, walking, or using public transit. If driving is necessary, consider carpooling or switching to an electric vehicle. Waste reduction is another simple but impactful help. Practice Clego and say no to single-use plastics. Bring your own reusable bags, containers, and bottles to help reduce waste that harms our oceans and wildlife. And it doesn't stop at personal habits. Advocate for broader change. Support policies, companies, and organizations that focus on reducing emissions, conserving natural resources, and protecting biodiversity. Encourage your community to join up, clean up drives, tree planting events, or adopt renewable energy projects. Every action, big or small, contributes to the solution. Together, we can slow down climate change, protect our planet, and build a sustainable future for generations to come. Let's act now. The future is in our hands.
Good morning. I'm Rudolph Christian Angelo Di Basupil, a second-year computer engineering student. So the subject is SS036, and today I will be speaking to you on the climate action, also known as Sustainable Development Goal 13. So our world is reaching a crossroads. Climate change is no longer a future challenge. It's already upon us, yet hope exists. Innovative solutions and global cooperation are increasingly presenting opportunities for change. Of course, yet there are progress too. So, of course, renewable energy is picking up, adding more than 12% to global electricity production with solar and wind energy. Perhaps it is cheaper than ever. The record number of countries have submitted ambitious net zero targets as part of the Paris Agreement. So, all this progress notwithstanding, of course, there are some challenges still. So, greenhouse gas emission persist rising, and they are rising from the burning of fuels and the fossil fuels and deforestation. So, meanwhile, developing nations are left with an annual funding gap of around 2 trillion to adapt and transform to cleaner energy. And critically, policy implementation is still too slow. So, to reduce global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, innovation is the lightning path forward. So we see carbon capture technologies directly removing CO2 from the atmosphere and green hydrogen, a zero-emission fuel that's revolutionizing heavy industry. Communities everywhere embrace nature-based solutions, from replenishing mangroves to guard against storm surges while removing carbon. So there are bottom-up grass movement and youthful activism mobilizing for sustainable policies, and all this is creating is a strong wave of accountability and awareness. So climate action isn't just a goal, it's a responsibility for us all. So let's make SDG 13 reality by working together, everyone, every individual, government, businesses, and every single person. We can innovate, adapt, and build a sustainable future for all of us together. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Brian Garcia, a chemical engineering student. So for the climate change refers to significant long-term changes in Earth's climate, primarily driven by human activities. The most noticeable and concerning aspect of climate change is global warming, which is the rise in average global temperatures due to accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. These gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, trap the heat sun, creating a greenhouse effect that warms the planet. So for the impacts of climate change, the effects of climate change that are being felt across the globe in various forms are: number one is extreme weather events, two is rising sea levels, three is ocean acidification, four is impact of agriculture, and number five is biodiversity loss. For the conclusion, climate change is one of the most pressing challenges of 21st century, with far-reaching consequences for ecosystems, economies, and societies worldwide. While there has been significant progress in raising awareness and developing strategies to mitigate its effects, urgent action is needed on a global scale to reduce emissions, adapt to changing conditions, and protect vulnerable communities. The window to limit the most severe impact is closing, and the next decade will be crucial in determining the future trajectory of the planet's climate.
This is Emmanuel Marabilla, and I'm going to talk about climate change. Climate change is a profound and urgent challenge that threatens the balance of life on Earth. It is driven by human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrialization, which release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, causing global warming and disrupting weather patterns worldwide. The consequences are already evident and growing more severe. Rising sea levels from melting polar ice and danger coastal communities and small islands. Extreme weather events such as devastating storms, heat waves, and heavy rainfall are becoming more frequent and destructive. Agriculture faces disruption, risking food security, while natural ecosystem and countless species are pushed to the brink of extinction. We cannot afford to wait. The time is up now. Transitioning to clean energy sources like solar and wind, protecting forests, reducing waste, and adopting sustainable practices are no longer just options. They are necessities. Every small step we take today contributes to slowing down climate change and preserving a habitable planet for future generations. Together, we can still make a difference, but only if we act with urgency and determination.
Good day everyone, I'm Dominic Garcia, a second-year mechanical engineering. For today, I will discuss to you the SDG 11 or the Sustainable Cities and Communities. It is all about making cities and communities better places to live for everyone. More than half of the world's population now lives in cities, and this goal focuses on making those cities safe, clean, and fair for all people. SDG 11 aims to ensure that everyone has access to things like affordable housing, clean water, and reliable public transport. This also focuses on making cities greener by creating enough parks and reducing pollution. Another important part of this goal is making cities strong enough to handle disasters like floods, earthquakes, and other natural disasters. To make cities more sustainable, we need to focus on using resources wise, protecting the environment and making sure that all people, especially those who are poor or vulnerable, have chances to live in good conditions, and building cities that are well planned with good transport and green spaces help improves the quality of life for everyone. In simple terms, SDG 11 is about creating cities that are not only good for the economy but also good for the people and the planet. It's all about building safe, clean, and fair communities where everyone can live better lives.
Hello everyone, my name is Jan Kurt E. Delmo, a mechanical engineering student, and today I'm going to talk about Sustainable Development Goal 11, which focuses on making our cities better place to live, safer, and more environment friendly. So, cities around the world are growing quickly. Right now, half of the world people is living in the cities, and by 2050, nearly 70% of us will be urban dwellers. with this rapid growth, we face serious problems like overcrowding, pollution, traffic, and not enough basic services. That's why SDG 11 is so important. It aims to make cities more livable for everyone. SDG 11 also focuses on making cities stronger against natural disasters like floods, storms, and climate change. And these events are becoming more common, so cities need to be planned better and create green places like parks to help absorb excess water and reduce heat. And by achieving SDG 11 requires teamwork by the government, communities, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. As a future engineer, we can help by coming up with a solution to make cities more sustainable and livable for everyone. And SDG 11, we are investing in the future where cities are not only functional but also a environment and good for the people. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Franklin Irasga, a second-year civil engineering student, and here's for fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are natural energy sources formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals buried and subjected to heat and pressure over millions of years. They include coal, oil, and natural gas. These fuels are rich in carbon and serve as primary sources of energy for electricity generation, transportation, and industrial processes. However, fossil fuels are a major source of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, which contribute to climate change. When burned, they release carbon into the atmosphere, enhancing the greenhouse effect and leading to global warming. The extraction process through mining, drilling, and fracking also has environmental consequences, such as habitat destruction, water contamination, and air pollution. The growing awareness of the environmental impact of fossil fuels has led to an increased focus on renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Many countries are transitioning to cleaner energy sources to reduce carbon emission and mitigate climate change. While fossil fuels remains integral to the global energy landscape, the shift towards sustainable energy alternatives is a key part of global effort to combat environmental degradation and ensure long-term energy security.
Hello everyone, I'm Kennedy Igagamao, Mechanical Engineering, SS036, MIT261. We talk about the environmental awareness. So what is environmental awareness? So it's essential to demonstrate how humans can protect and preserve their natural resources. So being environmentally awareness involves understanding the value of preserving the environment and the ways that human activity affects ecosystems. It promotes sustainable behaviors among people and communities in order to protect resources and reduce damage. By encourage awareness and responsibility, it encourages behaviors that help maintain a healthy balance earth for the future generation, like animals, humans, sunlight, waters, trees, and air make up the environment. They are the Earth's living and non-living components. Living organisms include trees, humans, and animals. So one of the example is Earth Day. On April 22 has a celebrated Earth Day special. A day people worldwide participate in activities to raise awareness about environmental like plants, trees, or organizing community cleanup drives to reduce litter in local areas, educating communities about importance of renewable sources like solar or wind power. So that's it. Thank you and God bless.